Some ex-hostages, they are angry, but actually they are like many other people who suffer with highly challenging events. They're far more similar to people who have been traumatized or have other challenging events than they are a completely special group. Some people put things in boxes and that's how they get on with it. I don't feel it's for us to say that that's a bad way to do things. But if you try putting it in the box and the box keeps opening up and causing you to have problems and you're not getting on with people and you're irritable, then you need to get help. But some people don't need to talk about it. In the military sense, there's quite a lot of military people who actually, that their mindset is, I lost 2 of my mates, had a terrible tour in Iraq or Afghanistan. Do you know what? I'm glad to be alive. Well done, me. That sounds a bit harsh, but actually, if that's your approach, that's fine. But it's not fine if actually you just say that, but actually, you're arguing with your kids and you're hitting people and you're drinking alcohol. That's a sign that actually your keep it in the box method isn't very effective. I think the thing that is most important is to, early on, is not to treat them like a patient. To treat them like a person who's had a really unpleasant event happen to them, support them, try and help them get back into normal life. And gosh, if 2, 3 or 4 months later they are a patient because their life's falling apart, is to get them the right treatment. And I find that where I can come in useful is, rather than do a psychiatric assessment on someone, is to have a chat with them and to treat them like another human being and to say, do you know what, from the stuff you told me, it sounds like you're doing okay. Let's see how you are in a month's time, 2 months' time, rather than, hello, I'm Professor Greenberg, you've come in as a patient. I don't think that's the right model early on. It might be the right model if they're ill 4 months later, but early on, I think treating them as if they're going to be okay and they're having a bit of a tough time, I think is the right approach. I think it's fair to say that although many people will experience short-term distress symptoms, that would be really normal, the majority of people will actually, some months or even years down the line, experience post-traumatic growth. I mean, I don't want to make it too positive of a point, but actually the most consistent evidence we have from people who've been detained is that years later they say, do you know what, if I can get through that, I can get through any of the rest of stuff. That's the most consistent evidence.